opening week of competition in high school girls swimming and diving. And today on CCX Sports, coverage of a dual meet featuring the Robbinsdale Armstrong Falcons and the Wayzata Trojans. From Lifetime Fitness in Plymouth, good to be with you here in 2021. John Jacobson along with Chrissy Melson, and a lot different than last year, right? And this will be more of a schedule like we saw in 2019. Masks still in place in some pools, but we don't have all the restrictions that we had last year as far as the meets and practices and everything. Correct, yeah. Everything's a little bit more normal this year, back, like you said, to 2019. It'll be great to have them competing. They've had an opportunity to compete all summer. And that's a big deal, too. The girls were able to compete in their club season and get ready for the high school season, getting those yards in, the mileage in. Yeah, a different mentality this year. Last year it was you never knew when the last meet was going to be. This year we're training for November. Section meets scheduled for November, and the state meet as well, and the regular season getting underway tonight for each of these teams, and each will start conference meets later this week for Armstrong. They take on our Schreiber. Wayzata's first conference duel will come up next Thursday at Hopkins. But so it's a fun night for these girls. They've been swimming, they've been training, and now here's a chance to compete against somebody else, time against somebody else, see how you do. Right, and this will be a fun meet. Both teams perform well against each other. Some good athletes with state meet quality caliber athletes that we're going to see here this afternoon. We are going to take a timeout, and then we'll be back. Our first race, the 200-yard medley relay. It's Armstrong and Wayzata high school girls swimming here on CCX right after this.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're about set to go with our first race of the day as we get ready for Armstrong Wayzata. Girls swimming, the diving competition held earlier. So straight through swimming. We'll take a break as is usual after the 50 freestyle event. But a good day for swimming, and I know these girls are just ramped up and ready to go here today. Yeah, it's exciting. 200-yard medley relay JV is our first race as the girls get organized and get ready to get to their lanes. We'll give you the lineups. First of all, for Armstrong in lane 1, Skylar Hoyland, Natasha Yeats, Maya Fadlala, and Raya Fair. Armstrong in lane 3, Ruby Nagel, Sari Sanchez, Madeline Schofield, and Grace Highland. Lane 5, Madeline Wanmacher, Sve Hosch, Parker Gates, and Adeline McMullen. And in lane 7, Olivia Benson, Alexa Painter, Megan Linebaugh, and Cassidy Roaring. For Wayzata in lane 1, Ellie Aboud, Sarah Streeter, Emma Johansen, and Emma Souza. Lane 4, Evie Marks, Lily Krugelski, Hannah McLean, and Elise Thompson in lane 6. Greta Hauge, Hallie Wormer-Skirchen, Jillian Craig, and Emma Souza. And in lane 8, Vivi Day, Lillian Matson, Vani Deglukar, and Mashina Arsrani, excuse me, in lane 8. Lanes 1 and 8 exhibitions for the schools. Timed and point to races lanes 2 through 7. And we are underway with our first race of the day. And Wayzata in lanes 2, 4, 6, and 8. Armstrong 1, 3, 5, and 7. Up in lane 2, Ellie Aboud leading the way for Wayzata, giving them an early lead. The Wayzata team in lane 4 in second place right now. We get to the second swimmer. Sarah Streeter in lane 2. Lily Krugelski in lane 4. Hallie Wormer-Skirchen in lane 6.
So Krugelski lane 4 is not normally a breaststroker, but a senior captain for Wayzata. A great opportunity for Coach Miles to see what Krugelski can do if she has other things that maybe she would do this year.
On to swimmer 3 is Wayzata holding the top spots right now. And now in lane 4, it's Hannah McLean, the third swimmer in, with slight edge on her teammate Emma Johansen up in lane 2, and starting to open up a good lead now. This relay in lane number 4. Jillian Craig in lane 6, moving into second place now. Wayzata relays 1, 2, and 3. Elise Thompson is final swimmer for Wayzata. And it's close now. Masuza in lane 4. It's gained on her. Thompson, though, with the lead, stretching it out. And will get to the finish line first. Wayzata's team of Marks, Krugelski, McLean, and Thompson taking first. Hauge, Wormer-Skirchen, Craig, and Souza in second place. Wayzata gets third place as well up in lane 2 as Armstrong's teams come in. Again, it's an exhibition up in lane 1. And very close finish, but in lane 5, it looks like it's Armstrong's top team. Madeline Wanmacher, Svea Hosch, Parker Gates, and Adeline McMullen. One swimmer still to finish for Armstrong up in lane 1. Your coach, Marina Bodolovsky, is a first-year head coach, 5th year overall in the program. So we've got a lot of young swimmers in this relay up in lane 1. 3 7th graders and a 9th grader. So a lot of young girls that are just getting into competitive varsity swimming.
These first meets are fun to see what each of the kids can do. It's an opportunity to maybe mix it up a little bit.
Again, the winning relay for Wayzata finishing in a time of 2 minutes, 6.05 seconds. 200-yard medley relay varsity for Armstrong lane 1 exhibition and line boss Stella Ritchie, Stella Wright, and Amanda Hyland. Lane 3, Evelyn Neese, Olivia Keene, Riley Sheffer, and Nola Fisher. Lane 5, Brenna Shive, Sydney Padani, Alicia Freed, and Abby Garski. In lane 7, Riley Burgoyne, Barrett Dussault, Joy Van Larhoven, and Emma Steinke. For Wayzata, lane 2, Emily Alberts, Bridget Still, Amelia Krygelski, and Kimberly Lamb. Lane 4, Ellen Lawrence, Nora Raby, Caitlin Johnson, and Caitlin Close. Lane 6, Anaya Kalibo, Addie Weimert, Ann Otten, and Geneva Fackler. And in lane 8, Exhibition Creighton, Rayfield, Maya Day, Brooke Lubenow, and Eric Schreiber. So the first varsity race for these girls of the season. Wayzata's team up in lane 4 with the early lead. Wayzata right now 1, 2, and 3, lanes 4, 6, and 2, and Armstrong's relay up in lane 3 in 4th place.
So Nora Raby, the breaststroker in lane 4, who just finished, had a great end to her sophomore year last year. Even though it was a shortened season, she had a standout 100 breaststroke at that section meet.
And Oden in lane 6 for Wayzata, swimming the 3rd length. Slight lead on her teammate Riley Sheffer, and Caitlin Johnson, senior, up in lane 4 as we get to the anchor leg of the race. Geneva Fackler, the sophomore, in lane 6 with the lead. Caitlin Close in lane 4. Fackler will lead her relay to victory. Close is second. Wayzata's relay up in lane 2, anchored by Kimberly Lamb, finishing in 3rd place. And Nola Fisher of Armstrong in lane 3, fixing her team to 4th place. Abby Garsky of Armstrong, the anchor, down in the relay in lane 5, coming in 5th place in that race. 154.12 is the winning time. 155.20 for the runner-up. So it's a team of Kalibo, Weimert, Oden, and Fackler winning that race. So just about a second.
You'll see Fackler get her head down, finish with a straight arm.
Next up is the 200-yard freestyle, the JV. For Armstrong, swimming exhibition up in lane 1, Rand Marr. Lane 3, Isabel Benson. Bailey Erickson in lane 5, and Elizabeth Wilsman in lane 7. And for Wayzata, Lena Day in lane 2, Sky Huff in lane 4. Lauren Holdeen in lane 6. Annabelle Hansen swimming exhibition in lane 8 for the Trojans. And a clean start. In lane 3, Isabel Benson of Armstrong with an early lead, hitting the first wall. Hitting the wall first, and leading after the first 25 yards. Continues to lead, going to 50-yard mark. Slight lead on Sky Huff, who's swimming in lane 4, now starting to pull ahead. Huff of Wayzata just moving ahead of Benson down in lane 6. Holdeen of Wayzata gaining some ground, and up in lane 2, Lena Day of Wayzata. Now it's Huff with a good second lap here. Has really opened up a lead.
Yeah. Oh, lane.
Benson in lane 3. Looks like she's struggling a little bit.
I don't know if she's got water in her goggles or if she's having trouble catching her breath here.
I know that she is going to be able to finish at the other end. It's Huff of Wayzata with a healthy lead here. Lauren Holdeen, the freshman, down in lane 6, is in second. Lena Day of Wayzata in third. It's Sky Huff of Wayzata. Gonna win this one comfortably, it looks like. 25 yards to go for her.
Huff is a captain also for Wayzata, senior. Good.
Huff coming home and wins. In lane 6 is Lauren Holdeen, the freshman, coming in second. Winning time 2 minutes, 11.62 seconds for Sky Huff. In third place, Lena Day of Wayzata up in lane 2. Fourth place will be Amelia Erickson, a senior from Armstrong. They're in lane 5. Elizabeth Wilsman in lane 6. Coming home next, swimming exhibition again up in lane 1 is Ryan Marr. And so Benson unable to finish. She had a very good start and struggled late in the second lap, Chrissy, and hope that she's okay. She's still sitting down there now, getting up.
So she appears to be okay. So these early meets, something that the coaches are looking for are more on the smaller details. In this case, Huff getting her head down, not breathing in between the flags and the wall, with a good finish.
200-yard freestyle varsity now. No swimmer for Armstrong in lane 1. For Wayzata in lane 2, Anna Harris. Lucy Troyak in lane 4. Anna Smith in lane 6. June Nye in lane 8, swimming exhibition. For Armstrong, Evelyn Neese in lane 3. Zoe Breshnan, outstanding swimmer, a senior in lane 5. Mackenzie Woods, 7th grader in lane 7. Good race here in the first 50 yards between Breshnahan and Troyak. And Smith right there too for Wayzata. Actually, Smith and Breshnahan are dead even right now. We get to 75 yards in. Breshnahan with a good turn that helped her take the lead here.
And these 200s are tough. It's a long sprint. You know, it's a 2-minute plus or minus sprint. This third 50, the third lap of the event, is kind of the make or break.
Breshnahan continuing the lead. Smith on her shoulder, but back a body length. And Troyak in third. 50 yards to go. Breshnahan of Armstrong, senior. Multiple-time state qualifier, really opening up the lead as she looks to finish strong here. Troyak now just a stroke ahead of Smith in second place. Joey Breshnahan up by 5 yards and closing strong, opening up the lead. And she will hit the wall first and get the win for Armstrong. We see Troyak of Wayzata second, and Smith of Wayzata in third. And fourth place right now it's Mackenzie Woods of Armstrong, and lane 7 is going to touch the wall first. Evelyn Neese and Anna Harris close up the top of your screen. But it's Zoe Breshnahan from Armstrong winning in a time of 1 minute 56.29 seconds. She's fun to watch.
Yeah, she appears to be happy with that swim to kick off the season. It's always good to get that first race out of the way. Again, getting her head down, flags to the wall. Great swim.
If you're a coach or a swimmer for that matter, what are you looking for in this first meet? You get the nerves out of the way and you finally get some competition, but beyond that.
Yeah, I think these first meets, it comes down to those small things. Maybe the conditioning's not totally there, even though they swam all summer. They had a couple week break and just kind of getting through that baseline those first few weeks. So right now it's a great opportunity to work on the smaller things, the finishes, the turns, the starts, the streamlines.
Next up, 200-yard IM. JV heat is first. My Young of Armstrong swimming exhibition in lane 1. Ruby Nagel in lane 3. Sve Hosch of Armstrong in lane 5, and Morgan Smith in lane 7. For Wayzata, Lily Krgelski in lane 2. Ariana Soliza of Wayzata in lane 4. Hannah Kleiman in lane 6. Jillian Craig swimming exhibition in lane 8 for the Trojans.
This is a fun event. You'll see some different lead changes. Swimmers stronger in different events, different portions of this event. So 200 IM, 200 individual medley. It's going to be a 50 fly to start off, followed by a 50 back, 50 breast, 50 free, 2 lengths of each stroke, fly back, breast free. On the butterfly, they have to touch with 2 hands going into both walls. Some would say this is the hardest stroke. It's a power stroke.
Wayzata right now 1, 2, 3. Down in lane 6 with the early lead for Wayzata, Hannah Kleiman, a junior. Up in lane 4, Ariana Soliza in second place. Lily Krgelski in lane 2 and 3rd.
So the backstroke, they have to stay on their back. They can take 1 stroke on their stomach to turn at the turning wall. At this end, they have to touch on their back. They can do a flip, a crossover turn after they have touched on their back. Breaststroke, you'll see them do an underwater pull. They don't have to. Some swimmers opt not to, but majority will opt for that underwater pull.
Soliza in lane 4 has opened up a lead now with Kleiman in second, Krgelski in third. A little more comfortable lead. Soliza. More stroke to go for her. Ariana Soliza now in second place. Lily Krgelski.
Krgelski tends to swim your longer freestyles, your 200, 500 freestyle. So the end of this race is probably her strength. And it looks like she could take over the lead here.
And Krgelski is taking over the lead up in lane 2. And she is going to get the win for Wayzata. Ariana Soliza second, Hannah Kleiman is third.
So Jillian Craig in lane 8. Well, she finished third exhibition, so the third would go to Kleiman in lane 6.
Krgelski's time 2 minutes 28.89 seconds. Wayzata goes 1, 2, 3, and then the exhibition, as we mentioned, in lane 4. First Armstrong finisher is going to be Ruby Nagel in lane 3 here. Will touch home first. Morgan Smith in lane 7. 2 strokes ahead of Sve Hosch of Armstrong. And it'll be Smith that will come in next, 5th overall. Followed by Hosch and Young in lane 1 swimming exhibition. Able to touch home now. Again, Wayzata going 1, 2, 3 with Krgelski, the senior, winning. By not quite 2 seconds over Soliza. Next up, it's the 200-yard IM, the varsity swimmers. For Armstrong, Barrett Dussault in lane 1, swimming exhibition. Stella Wright in lane 3. Brenna Scheib in lane 5. Riley Sheffer in lane 7. For Wayzata, Peyton Brayfield in lane 2. Claire Reinke, outstanding swimmer in lane 4. Erica Schreiber in lane 6. Ellen Lawrence, swimming exhibition in lane 8.
So Reinke is a flyer right now, leading off this medley, or her individual medley with the fly. She should be out in the lead. She won state in 2019, the last state meet that there was for Class A, AA.
That was a great first lap, wasn't it?
Yep.
And gives herself a comfortable lead going into the backstroke. Claire Reinke, a junior, still got another year of high school swimming after this. Second place, Peyton Brayfield up in lane 2. Erica Schreiber in lane 6, just ahead of Brenna Scheib of Armstrong in lane 5. Well, it's Reinke with a good age. She comes halfway through this race. Ahead by 5 yards.
So Schreiber is also tends to be more of that distance swimmer. She had a great summer this year with her IM, so this is kind of fun to see Coach Hansen mixing it up a little bit.
I'm sure you see these girls after they get out are looking at their splits too and see how they're doing and kind of setting a baseline for the season.
Yeah, so when they get done with the race, a lot of times there is a cool down pool at Lifetime here, so they'll head over to the cool down pool and then they'll connect with their coaches, review their splits, maybe talk about some technique opportunities if there are any. Usually there's something to work on, be it how they pace the event or maybe their turns or how they're catching the water.
Claire Reinke, a huge lead here as we come down the final yards for her. Reinke will win by half a pool length. It's going to be Erica Schreiber in second place. And up in lane 2, Peyton Brayfield of Wayzata. The Trojans go 1, 2, 3 for Armstrong. Brenna Scheib will just edge out Riley Sheffer. There's a close finish there between the two Armstrong swimmers. Stella Wright in lane 3. Barrett Dussault up in lane 1, finishing up for the Falcons. Winning time 2 minutes 11.12 seconds. So a 6-second win for Claire Reinke.
So Reinke with a commanding lead here. Again, a nice finish. Schreiber right behind her.
Next event is the 50-yard freestyle, the junior varsity first. No swimmer for Armstrong in lane 1. For Wayzata, Vivi Day in lane 2. Hannah McLean in lane 4. Shani Deglukar in lane 6. And Olivia Schiller in lane 8, swimming exhibition. For Armstrong, Sari Sanchez in lane 3. Megan Linebaugh in lane 5. Skylar Howland in lane 7. JV 53.
This is the shortest event in the high school line. It's the shortest event as a whole, but that we'll see tonight. 50 free.
Hannah McLean with a sizable win. You don't see a margin quite this large in the 50, and she's going to win. Vivi Day of Wayzata coming in second place. And in lane 6, Deglukar is in third place. Ashni Deglukar swimming in this race. Earlier, we saw her sister Avni Take blue cards. You'll get the win again for Wayzata and for McLean in 27.08 seconds. Now the 50 freestyle for the varsity. Riley Burgoyne of Armstrong, lane 1, Anna Linebaugh in lane 3. Lane 5, Olivia Keene and Abby Garski in lane 7 for Wayzata. Addie Weimert in lane 2, Emily Alberts in lane 4, Kimberly Land in lane 6, Brooke Lubenow in lane 8. By the time I say all their names, we're about done. As we get, it's a close finish. In lane 4, though, getting a win is Emily Alberts, the 8th grader, just ahead of her teammate Kimberly Land. Olivia Keene of Armstrong is 3rd, winning time 25.62 seconds, 1900ths of a second. Alberts finishes ahead of Land, with Keene in 3rd. As I mentioned, 26.41 is her time for this race. Look at the finish again.
So a tighter finish than the JV race. Like you said, usually 50 free. Each competitor tends to be a little bit closer. In a 50, these girls are maybe breathing 2 to 3 times throughout the whole 50.
Alberts with a strong swim, and nice. You get a win in your first varsity competition of the season.
Right.
Sprint.
Well, and these 8th graders, I believe, didn't have an opportunity to swim last year. So Wayzata last year, with some of the limitations, really only let 9th through 12th grade onto the team. So 7th and 8th graders did not have an opportunity to try out last year, 2020. So this is her first year on the team.
That squad size is limited. Another thing that we didn't talk about earlier that's changed, thankfully, with the, I almost said the pandemic over. We know that's not true,
right.
But the restrictions have gone away for the most part here for girls swimming and diving early in 2021. So now it's a break. The girls will have the warm-up period before the second half of the meet. We will take a timeout and come back. The butterfly after our extended break. More high school swimming on CCX right after this.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back to Lifetime Fitness in Plymouth. John Jacobson, Chrissy Nelson. First meet of the season, Armstrong and Wayzata. As you look at a couple of highlights from earlier in the meet. 200-yard freestyle varsity, the race won by Zoe Brezhnev of Armstrong. Strong swim for her. Chrissy, 1 minute 56.29 seconds her winning time.
It's a great time to start off the season. And right now, these girls are tired. They've just started their season, week 3. Training is well underway. And
in the 200-yard IM, it was Claire Reinke of Wayzata. She wins going away 2 minutes, 11.12 seconds. Claire's winning time in that race. You can see here was comfortably ahead as she came down the home stretch.
So Reinke, typically a 100 flyer. These first meets are an opportunity for the coaches to see what these girls can all do.
There's a look at Elizabeth Hansen, head coach of Wayzata. Has been around this program for a long time. Has had some great success over the years, and looking forward to having a team to coach at state this year, which didn't happen for any of the fall sports athletes, not only swimming last year.
Right. Yeah, she's been around for a long time. Great coach, even better person.
Really good program built over the last 2 decades plus, really, for Wayzata. They've got so many state qualifiers, and girls who have gone on to exceed in college and beyond that. So it's a fun program to be around. If you're a youngster still in it, you know you're going to get pushed every day in practice.
Right.
So we're back to the meet. It's the 100-yard butterfly JV. Alexa Painter of Armstrong in lane 1, slimming exhibition. Madeline Wanmacher in lane 3. Grace Highland in lane 5. Madeline Schofield in lane 7. For Wayzata, Olivia Schiller in lane 2. Ariana Soliza in lane 4. Lauren Holdeen in lane 6. Annabelle Hansen swimming exhibition in lane 8. And Wayzata right now running a 1-2. Soliza in lane 4. Holdeen in lane 6. Rihanna, senior, and Lauren, a freshman.
Non-swimmers think the fly, 100 fly is a tough stroke, a tough event. Tends to be more of a power stroke.
Soliza with the lead. She comes into her final lap. Final length of the pool, I should say. It's opened up a lead now on Holdeen. And it'll be a win. Ariana Soliza winning. Second place, Lauren Holdeen. And in third place in lane 3, Riley Sheffer. Madeline Wanmacher finishing in third place. A 1:15.3 the time for Soliza.
So butterfly coming into the finish, have to finish with 2 hands onto the wall at the same time. Those yellow touch pads are what trip the timing clock. So you have to touch that pad with 2 hands to stop the clock.
Now the varsity, the 100-yard butterfly for Armstrong exhibition in lane 1. Natalie Gustafson, Riley Sheffer in lane 3, Joy Van Larhoven in lane 5, Mackenzie Woods in lane 7 for Wayzata. Amelia Kregelski in lane 2, Nora Raby in lane 4, Lucy Troyak in lane 6, Brooke Rubinow swimming exhibition in lane 8. And it's Nora Raby of Wayzata looking strong, nearing the midway point of the race. Troyak in second, Van Loerhoven battling Kregelski for third.
Raby swims 100 breaststroke typically. She will not be swimming that later today.
Has the lead with 25 yards to go. Troyak in second, Van Loerhoven in third. And Raby is going to get the win. Lucy Troyak in second. Joy Van Loerhoven will edge out Amelia Kregelski for third place. It's at a 1-2, Armstrong 3. Winning time 1 minute, 2.38 seconds for Raby, the junior swimmer for the Trojans.
She looks strong coming into the finish. Sometimes you'll see flyers, it looks like they have a piano on their back as they can barely get their arms out of the water, but she held it together really well, as we'll see right here. She might have felt like she had a piano.
Gets the win for Wayzata. And 102.38. On to the 100-yard freestyle. Junior varsity for Armstrong in lane 1. Cassidy Roaring swimming exhibition. Maya Fadlala in lane 3. Sve Hosh in lane 5. Olivia Benson in lane 7. For Wayzata, Halle Wormer-Skirchen in lane 2. Greta Howie in lane 4. Vivi Day in lane 6. Manisha Azrani in lane 8. Swimming exhibition for the Trojans. Wayzata very close between their 3 swimmers.
Yeah.
Wormer-Skirchen up in lane 2. Hauge in lane 4. Day in lane 6.
Hauge and Wormerskirchen 1-2 right now. With 1 length to go, the sophomore Wormerskirchen in lane 2 with a slight lead now on Hauge. Strong finish though by Hauge, and it will be Wormerskirchen that will touch home first though and win. Her time 1 minute 3.66 seconds, 0.06 of a second ahead of Hauge in lane 4. 1:05.22 the time for Vivi Day, or excuse me, for Lucy Troyak in lane 6. You look at it again.
So a close race.
Yeah, so Wormerskirchen wins. Hauge second. It is Day in third place. Top Armstrong finisher up in lane 3. Maya Fadala finishing in 1:12.64. 100-yard freestyle varsity. Anna Leinbau of Armstrong in lane 1. Anna Steinke in lane 3. Misha Freed in lane 5. Sydney Podani in lane 7. Wayzata Bridget Stowe in lane 2. Claire Ranke in lane 4. Caitlin Close in lane 6. Caitlin Johnson in lane 8. Claire Ranke halfway through here in the 100 free with the lead. Second place, Caitlin Close down in lane 6.
So Close, another captain for Wayzata, senior.
Misha Freed, the 8th grader for Armstrong, holding third place right now. It's Ranke, though. That is going to win her second race of the day. She'll touch home first. Caitlin Close is second. Freed of Armstrong finishes third. In lane 2, Bridget Stowe of Armstrong comes in fourth. Winning time 53.91 seconds for Claire Ranke.
So Ranke's second win of the day for individual. So kicks it into the finish. Great swim for Ranke.
Ranke picking up wins in the 200-yard IM earlier, and then the 100-yard freestyle right there. And now we move to the 500-yard freestyle for the JV. No exhibition swimmers in this race. For Wayzata in lane 2, Avni Daglukar in lane 4, and Johansen, and in lane 6, Elise Thompson. For Armstrong, Parker Gates in lane 3, Adeline McMullen in lane 5, Seri Sanchez in lane 7. For Armstrong, 2 8th graders, Gates and McMullen, Sanchez a junior. For Wayzata, Daglukar a senior, Johansen a sophomore, and Thompson a freshman.
So 500 freestyle, the longest event of the high school lineup. For swimming, there's a couple different options in Minnesota. So you have high school swimming and club swimming. Club swimming offers the 1,000 and the 1,650 for short course yard swimming, which is the same pool as this, a 25-yard pool. So the 500 longest event of the high school lineup. After about 2 laps, you'll see the swimmers kind of settle into a steady pace. Some of the lesser experienced swimmers might not quite find that steady pace just yet, but they'll work on it and with experience get better at that.
The distance isn't something that's unusual to them as far as practice. It's just getting this experience now in meet, and like you said, the pacing and not tiring yourself too out too early or falling behind, or if you get set too slow of a pace for yourself and trying to play catch up if you're trying to ultimately win the race.
Both feel hard, right? If you settle into too slow of a pace, it still feels hard. So knowing how hard you can push yourself, and that's something that you learn through practice, but also practice with competing. And swimming's a little different than other sports. So their record doesn't determine the state meet. So if they win or lose tonight's meet, Wayzata or Armstrong, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect their state meet opportunity.
6th length here out of 20, and right now it's Elise Thompson of Wayzata holding a slight edge on her teammate Emma Johansen up in lane 4. Armstrong's Parker Gates right now swimming in 3rd place.
You'll see at this end, at the turning end, that some of their teammates are holding numbers. That's to show them what length they're on. So they just flipped at their 7th length, or some are coming up on, I think that was all their 7th. They have 20 lengths. So as soon as you see red, those cards will turn to red. That means that they're on their last one.
And again, it's Thompson, Johansen, and Gates right now running 1, 2, 3. More mentally or physically taxing this race? I mean, you got to keep your head in it and have an idea of what kind of pace you're doing, but obviously the longer length.
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. They say that swimming is, and I would agree, but I'm of course biased. Swimming's a highly technical, swimming and golf, they say, are the most technical sports. And so if right now, in this point of the season, you want to swim a little bit more mindful so that later in the season you can swim kind of mindlessly. You know what to do, your body knows what to do. But right now you need to stay engaged.
Through 11 lengths, it's now Emma Johansen of Wayzata in lane 4 with the lead. Elise Thompson in 2nd. For the Trojans, Parker Gates of Armstrong in lane 3 and 3rd. That's the way it's been right from the start. Adeline McMullen in lane 5, and Armstrong is in 4th place, but a length and a half behind the top 3 here. The length 14 for Johansen. A 3-yard edge now on Thompson. Gates a yard or 2 behind her. Johansen continuing to lead. And 100 yards to go here for the leader in the 500 free. It's Emma Johansen.
Sophomore at Wayzata.
Elise Thompson is 2nd. Parker Gates is 3rd. Now, as you see, she's lapped some of the swimmers, but it is Johansen with the lead. Thompson, her teammate, down in lane 6 in 2nd place. And the bell lap. 50 yards to go in the 500 JV.
So in the 500, the leader gets a bell to signify the last length. Or the last lap, the last 50.
Emma Johansen with 25 yards to go. In control. Elise Thompson looks like she will hold off Parker Gates for a second.
Although, here we go, lane 6.
Thompson posing strong. And it is Johansen that wins. 6 minutes, 17.80 seconds. Elise Thompson of Wayzata in second, 6:18.56. And then in third, Parker Gates of Armstrong, 6:22.04 is her time. Three swimmers still to finish. Madeline McMullen, the 8th grader from Armstrong, is going to finish 4th here. Avni Deglukar in lane 2 from Wayzata will be next, and Siri Sanchez of Armstrong down in lane 7. Will touch home. And that race in the books with Johansen of Wayzata winning. And
there we see Johansen pretty happy with that swim. Rightfully so.
500 Freestyle Varsity is our next race. Riley Bourgogne in lane 1 for Armstrong swimming exhibition. Lane 2 for Wayzata is Lily Krygalski. Lane 3, Amanda Hyland of Armstrong. Geneva Fackler of Wayzata in lane 4. Zoe Brezhnehan of Armstrong in lane 5. Ann Odden in lane 6 for Wayzata. Evelyn Neese of Armstrong in lane 7. No swimmer in lane 8 for Wayzata in this race.
So we'll see Zoe again. We saw her earlier in the 200 free. She had a great race.
Brezhnehan with the lead at the first 35 yards. Just ahead of Geneva Fackler. And on in lane 6 behind her, but it's Brezhnehan that's opened up the lead on the 3rd length here.
So Coach Hansen's mixed it up a little bit, which you'll see in these meets where the swimmers aren't necessarily swimming their strong events. It also looks like she's thrown a couple stronger events in there. So Fackler tends to be more of a 500 freestyler, a little bit more of a distance swimmer.
Brezhnehan, as I mentioned earlier, is a previous state meet qualifier and likely will be again this year for Armstrong, assuming she stays healthy. Armstrong moving to Section 6AA this year out of 5AA. So they'll swim against teams like Hopkins, Minneapolis Washburn, among others. Wayzata stays in Section 5AA. And although I know Armstrong likes the competition against Wayzata at Section, really pushes their girls, probably a chance to get more swimmers into state out of 6AA.
Right, exactly. So as mentioned earlier, for swimming, these dual meets or the in-season meets don't affect your opportunities to make it to the state meet. The section meet is where the state qualifying happens. So at the section meet, they'll swim in a normal year, assuming that they have that opportunity this year as it is planned. They'll swim prelims on one day, and the top 16 swimmers will advance to finals. And at that time, they have an opportunity to qualify for the state meet. They can only qualify out of the finals the second day of the section meet. And they have to either get a time or place in the top 2. So the top 2 of each section automatically go to the state meet in each event for swimming.
Here in the 500 free varsity, Brezhnehan halfway through the race has opened up a comfortable lead, Chrissy, up in lane 4 there. Excuse me, lane 5.
Yeah, she's got a very comfortable lead.
And Eva Fackler second place, and Oden in third. Brezhnehan touched the wall, 7 lengths to go for her.
You see her cards are upside down. That's her counter's way of helping her know what pace she's at. So her coaches have determined what that means. So some it might mean you're right on pace, some it might mean you need to pick it up. She settled into like a 31, high 31 pace here. Her coaches might want her to be a little bit faster. Maybe they want her 31-2, and so that's why they're flipping the cards, or right now they're upright. So we don't know what that means. That's between the coach and swimmer.
Brezhnehan close to a full length ahead now.
So there we go, like 31-2. She might be right where coaches want her.
.75 yards to go for Brezhnehan. And the bell lap for Zoe. .42.09 with the lap to go and now a length to go. She's closing strong, Chrissy.
Right. Yeah, she looked strong that whole race.
Brezhnehan wins. On a split 30.77 seconds. And her winning time 5:07.8. In second place is Geneva Fackler. She'll come in at 5:17.71. No, excuse me. Yes, Fackler time, maybe the time wrong, 5:22.81 for Fackler. Then Oden in third place, 5:29.89. Brezhnehan winning by 15 seconds. Over runner-up Fackler. Burgoyne is a good swimmer up in lane 1, but swimming exhibition here. Still in the pool, the last one to finish. Top Armstrong finisher. In lane 3, Amanda Highland came in with a time of 5 minutes 53.27 seconds. Brezhnehan, that's a good time for the first meet of the year, especially.
Right.
5:07.8.
So Brezhnehan, that's a state qualifying time. Again, it doesn't, at this time, it doesn't matter, right? So 5:10 would qualify her for state. She was 5:07. She's got to do that at the section meet and or finish in the top 2. But a great swim, like you said, to start off the season.
You've got a terrific career at Armstrong and a nice way to start tonight's got a couple of wins. Now we go to the 200-yard freestyle relay, the JV. Keep one of one in the JV. Raja Fair, Skylar Hoyland, Morgan Smith, Natasha Yeats in lane 1, swimming exhibition. Lane 3, Olivia Benson, Megan Leinbach, Grace Highland, Ruby Nagel. Lane 5, Madeline Wanmacher, Svea Hosch, Amelia Erickson, and Madeline Schofield. Lane 7, Ryan Marr, Alexa Painter, Cassidy Roaring, and Amaya Young. For Wayzata, lane 2, Anna Harris, Elena Day, Manisha Osrani, and Vivi Day. Lane 4, June Nye, Greta Hauge, Jillian Craig, and Hannah McLean. Lane 6, Ella Souza, Lauren Holdeen, Hallie Wormer-Skirchen, and Sarah Streeter. Lane 8, swimming exhibition, Annabelle Hansen, Lillian Madsen, Avani Deglukar, and Olivia Schiller.
So on these relays, the swimmer on the blocks can be moving, but their feet have to remain on the blocks until the swimmer in the water has touched the water. So the swimmer on the blocks, if we watch right here in lane 7, you'll see, I guess we didn't get to see her, but you'll see them start to move their arms before the swimmer in the pool touches. So if we watch here in lane 4, we'll see McLean. She can be moving her arms before that swimmer touches, and then her feet have to stay on the blocks.
Wayzata's team in lane 4 right now. That relay comfortably out in front. Team of 9, Hauge, Craig, and McLean. And McLean touches home first for Wayzata. Team of Souza, Holdeen, Wormer-Skirchen, and Streeter in lane 6 comes in second place. An exhibition up in lane 1. And first Armstrong team, Wanmacher, Hosch, Erickson, and Schofield to come in. The winning time for Wayzata, 152.46 out of lane 4. Next up is the 200-yard freestyle for the varsity. No Armstrong team in lane 1. So look at the end of that JV race again against McLean, the sophomore, bringing it home first for Wayzata. Streeter down in lane 6 in second place for that relay, and up in lane 2 would be Day for Wayzata as they went 1, 2, 3. So the 200-yard freestyle, again, nobody in lane 1 for Armstrong. Wayzata in lane 2. Addie Weimert, Nora Raby, Lucy Troyak, Geneva Fackler, lane 4. Ariana Soliza, Maya Day, Claire Reinke, and Ann Otten. Lane 6, Amelia Krugelski, Bridget Stowe, Kimberly Land, and Emily Alberts. Lane 8, swimming exhibition, Caitlin Johnson, Erica Schreiber, Ayla Smith, and Caitlin Close. For Wayzata, for Armstrong, and in lane 3, Sydney Padani, Barrett Dussault, Natalie Gustafson, Riley Sheffer. Lane 5, Olivia Keene, Sia Freed, Noah Fisher, and Alice Steinke. Lane 7, Mackenzie Woods, Joy Van Lohoven, Stella Wright, and Stella Ritchie. Armstrong right now with the lead in lane 5. It's Keene, Freed, Fisher, and Steinke.
So coaches have different strategies as to how they stack these relays. So they might have their strongest swimmers lead off and hope that they get the later swimmers an early lead. Some might put their strongest swimmers at the end and hope that they can use, a comeback as motivation for those stronger swimmers. Every coach has a different strategy.
And Wayzata with a strong turn there off the wall.
So that's Reinke
taking the lead.
There, yeah, you're right.
Wayzata in lane 4 will take the, we got to.
So yeah, that was Reinke right there who took over the lead in lane 4. Now we've got Aden. But like you said, great turn.
Yeah, Reinke really gave them the lead there at that last length of her third spot in the relay. Now it is Aden coming in.
And same with Kimberly Lawn. She gave lane 6 a nice little lead too, so that helped them get the win there.
And it's Emily Alberts down in lane 6, fetching home first for Wayzata. So they get the win. It's the team of Krygelski, Stoll, Land, and Alberts winning. Saliza, Day, Reinke, and Odden in lane 4 was second. And up in lane 2, the Wayzata team of Weimert, Raby, Troyak, and Fackler finish in 3rd place.
So the third swimmers in each of the Wayzata relays really pulled ahead. You know, they were both behind going into the pool.
Yeah, that was Land in lane 6 and Reinke up in lane 4. It's a good swim for the Trojans to put them in the 1-2-3 spot in that race. We move to the backstroke, 100-yard JV. Maya Fedlala of Armstrong, exhibition in lane 1. Elizabeth Wilsman in lane 3 for the Falcons. Parker Gates in lane 5. Isabella Benson in lane 7. For Wayzata, Sky Huff in lane 2. Libby Marks in lane 4. Hannah Kleiman in lane 6. Ashni Deglukar in lane 8. Swimming exhibition.
So on these backstroke events, they have to stay on their back. They can take one stroke. So if we watch here, coming into the flags, they use that to tell them when the wall is coming up. They take one crossover stroke to flip them to their stomach, and then they have to push off on their back.
Marks with the lead in lane 4, the freshman. Huff up in lane 2, Kleiman in lane 6, right now 2nd and 3rd. Marks going to come home first here. 2nd place in lane 2 is Sky Huff. And a Kleiman in 3rd, winning time 1 minute, 8.19 seconds for the freshman Marks. Parker Gates of Armstrong, their top finisher, 1 minute 17.78 seconds was her time. They got a freshman. You talked about the middle schoolers unable to compete last year. Now coming in as a high school freshman and winning a race here.
So potentially her first year on the team, right? Depending on if she swam in 2019.
100-yard backstroke varsity. Exhibition lane 1, Abby Garski of Armstrong. The Falcons in lane 3, Stella Wright. Brenna Scheib in lane 5, and Lucia Freed in lane 7 for Wayzata. Peyton Brayfield in lane 2. Renea Kalebo in lane 4. Ellen Lorenz in lane 6. Elliot Boone swimming exhibition in lane 8.
So Kalebo lane 4, a strong backstroker, sophomore from Wayzata. You know, probably one of the coolest things about these teams is these are great swimmers, but again, just amazing people, and Kalebo is a great example.
Kalebo with the lead right now. A teammate in lane 6 and Lawrence in 2nd place. 25 yards to go for Linnea Kalebo, the sophomore. Going to finish strong and win here. Lawrence will be 2nd. Battle for 3rd place here. It'll be Armstrong's Lucia Freed, 8th grader in lane 7, who gets 3rd place. Just edging out Peyton Brayfield of Wayzata in 4th.
Winning time for Kalibo, 1 minute, 0.36 seconds.
She looked strong and in control that whole swim. You know, didn't look like she was, I mean, she was working, but didn't look like she was spinning her wheels too much. Just in good control, good finish. It's a nice swim.
Next up, the 100-yard breaststroke JV. Raja Fair of Armstrong, exhibition in lane 1. Ruby Nagel for the Falcons in lane 3. Madeline Wanmacher in lane 5. Tasha Yeats in lane 7. For Wayzata, Lillian Matson in lane 2. Sarah Streeter in lane 4. Emma Souza in lane 6. No exhibition swimmer for Wayzata.
So the breaststroke, you're going to see a lot of different styles of breaststroke. It's a stroke where there's a lot of different ways to get it done. And I think the Olympics this year was a great example between, if we watched Jacoby and King, they had 2 very different breaststrokes and both very fast, great swimmers.
Probably more than any other stroke. You see that, right?
Yep, so a lot of,
as far as styles.
Some look more powerful, more aggressive. Some look more graceful. Breaststroke is a very kick-driven stroke, so a lot of legs here.
Souza in lane 6, a slight lead over teammate Streeter up in lane 4. Lillian Manson in lane 2, running in 3rd.
Souza looks good, strong coming into the finish. Little short, but again, that 2-hand touch and the breaststroke and butterfly.
Wayzata finishes 1, 2, 3. Souza, Streeter, and Lillian Manson coming in 3rd. First Armstrong finisher, Ruby Nagel in lane 3. Winning time, 1 minute, 0.2294 seconds for Emma Souza. Fair, one of the 7th graders for Armstrong, up in lane 1. Will come in. You know, I was talking to the coach, Marina Podoblowski, and she wasn't sure she was going to take over the program. She's like, I had a full-time job, but she said these girls are so great to work with.
Right.
It's just a joy to watch them work hard in the pool. And when you're a coach, that's half the battle, right? I mean, right. You got a group of girls that are willing to work and put in the time in, whatever the sport is. And for her, this Armstrong team's been a lot of fun.
Right, yeah. And most teams have just really fun girls.
100-yard breaststroke varsity. Noah Fisher at Armstrong lane 1 exhibition. Stella Ritchie in lane 3. Olivia Keene in lane 5. Barrett Dussault in lane 7 for Wayzata. Jillian Craig in lane 2. Aya Dye in lane 4. Subi Day in lane 4. Addie Weimer in lane 6. June Nye swimming exhibition in lane 8. 100-yard breaststroke varsity. Olivia Keene of Armstrong at the turn, halfway through, has the lead. Length or so ahead of Weimer to her left. In 3rd is Aya Day of Wayzata.
Keene looks good.
Yeah, great turn, opening up the lead. 10 yards to go.
Nice streamline after each stroke. She really gets forward and into that next stroke.
Keene will finish first. Weimer 2nd. Day in 3rd place. Craig up to Wayzata. Up in lane 2, finishes 4th. Keene's winning time, 1 minute, 10.2 seconds.
looking at a nice finish. Finishes with those 2 hands, long arms into the finish. Not with half a stroke.
So the junior gets a win for Armstrong as we move into the final event of the night, the 400-yard freestyle relay, the JV first. No exhibition team for Armstrong in lane 1. For the Falcons in lane 3, Isabel Benson, Grace Highland, Madeline Schofield, and Elizabeth Wilsman. Lane 5, Parker Gates, Adeline McMullen, Sari Sanchez, and Amelia Erickson. Lane 7, Maya Fadlala, Alexa Painter, Morgan Smith, and Amaya Young. Wayzata, lane 2, Hannah Kleiman, Hallie Weimer-Skirchen, Anna Harris, Annalise Thompson, with Lubenow, Ellen Lawrence, Eva Marks, and Hannah McLean in lane 4. Sky Heff, Elia Bood, Lily Krgelski, Ariana Soliza in lane 6. Ashni Degulkar in lane 8. Emma Johansen, Elena Day, and Nisha Osrani in lane 8, swimming exhibition for the Trojans.
So last event of the night, right? We have the JV 400 free followed by the varsity 400 free. Earlier today they had diving. I don't know if we touched on that. Usually that's after the 50 free.
Moving out, strong opening leg of this relay for Wayzata in lane 4. Sky Hoff down in lane 6. Second for Wayzata. We get to our second swimmers. Wayzata running 1, 2, 3. Lawrence for Wayzata, lane 4. Elliot Booth down in lane 6. And up in lane 2, Ellie Weimer-Skirchen is their second swimmer. Good second leg for Wayzata. Marks will take the pool third for the relay team in lane 4. Lily Krgelski in lane 6. Senior. Right now they are in second place. Anna Harris up in lane 2, swimming the third leg for Wayzata. Good strong swim here by Marks. She'll give way to McLean in 25 yards.
So we saw McLean earlier in that 200 free relay.
And she'll hit the pool with the 15-yard lead. Her team in lane 4. Ariana Soliza in lane 6. The anchor for the Trojans in that relay, Elise Thompson up in lane 2. McLean is flying.
Right.
35 yards to go for her. Well, the team of Lubenow, Lawrence, Marks, and McLean are going to take a 400-yard freestyle in the JV. And the Wayzata team of Huff, Abood, Lily Krugelski, and Saliza, lane 6, will finish second. Waiting time 4:03.48. And Wayzata's team of Kleiman, Wormerskirchen, Harris, and Thompson finish in third place. Armstrong team finishing in lane 5. Team of Gates, McMullen, Sanchez, and Erickson. Just ahead of their teammates up in lane 3, Benson, Highland, Schofield, and Wilsman. Relay events are always fun. I mean, you're swimming individually, but you know, 3 other girls are counting on you.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and this is where, I mean, we talked about it earlier, right? Coaches are looking at some of the finer details right now, just because the girls are tired, their season's just starting, their conditioning, and you train through these meets. You don't rest for them. And so on a relay, if that swimmer in the water has a bad finish, it affects the start of the next swimmer.
And that swimmer knows, hey, I've got to make the time up,
right.
And that can affect how they swim.
Yep, exactly.
Not always to the betterment of the team, but it's a fun part of relays. Right. I really enjoyed that during the Olympics and watching that. All right, final event of the night, 400-yard freestyle relay varsity. No team up in lane 1 for Armstrong. For the Falcons in lane 3, Joy Van Larhoven, Stella Ritchie, Evelyn Neese, and Natalie Gustafson. Lane 5 for the Falcons, Alice Steinke, Amanda Highland, Mackenzie Woods, and Zoe Breshnahan. For Armstrong in lane 7, Nola Fisher, Sydney Padani, Riley Burgoyne, and Anna Linebaugh. Wayzata, lane 2, Amelia Krugelski, Geneva Fackler, Isla Smith, and Erica Schreiber. Lane 4, Anna Otten, Emily Alberts, Caitlin Close, and Bridget Stowe. Lane 6, Creighton Brayfield, Claire Renke, Kimberly Land, and Caitlin Johnson. Swimming exhibition in lane 8, Linnea Kalibo, Lucia Troyak, Nora Raby, and Laya Day.
So is that a 1 through 4 coming in to the second swimmer?
It's actually that exhibition down lane 8 that's leading, which that does not count toward the final score. So up in lane 6, it's the team of Brayfield, Reinke, Land, and Johnson. Reinke in the pool has opened up a lead.
Yeah, she's had a couple come from behinds. This time it's her own teammate.
Is that a team up in lane 2? Kugelski, Fatler, now Smith, and Schreiber running in second place. And of Wayzata down in lane 6. Smith up in lane 2, closing the gap a little bit for Wayzata. Close in lane 4 for the Trojans. As Wayzata runs 1, 2, 3, and again it's exhibition, bottom of your screen down in lane 8. Caitlin Johnson, the senior, will be the last in the pool in lane 6 for Wayzata, trying to hold the lead for her team. Up in lane 2, it's Erica Schreiber. Lane 4, Bridget Stowe. 25 yards to go. Caitlin Johnson in lane 6. Going to hold on for her team. Schreiber up in lane 2 will touch home second. Stowe in lane 4 will be
something like that. Just 150 50 left right now. Last 50.
Now up in lane 2, it's Schreiber actually closing the gap a little bit. It's going to be close. Erica Schreiber up in lane 2. Caitlin Johnson in lane 6. Here's Johnson will hold on. The team of Brayfield, Ranke, Land, and Johnson come home first. 3 minutes, 47.47 seconds is their time. Just over half a second ahead of the team of Amelia Krugowski, Fackler, Smith, and Schreiber. And next, the Wayzata team of Auden, Alberts, Close, and Stowe in lane 4. The top Armstrong team in lane 5. Steinke, Highland, Woods, and Bresnahan.
So commanding lead by Wayzata, and those finishes are just key. At the end of the season, all of their work now will pay over.
Well, good opening meet of the season. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, give you the final scores, and wrap things up from Lifetime Fitness. And watching Armstrong Wayzata High School Girls Swimming on CCX, and we're back in a moment.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on, I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh shit, it's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Come on, Cameron.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Wayzata Trojans victorious in their first meet of the season, taking on the Armstrong Falcons, 101-77. Chrissy Melson, what do you take out of this first meet for the athletes and the coaches?
Yeah, I think it's great to start off the season. Both teams look like they had some great swims. It's a nice way to start it off. A lot to look forward to.
Armstrong will have their first conference duel coming up Thursday against Elk River at Plymouth Middle School. Wayzata's first conference meet coming up next week, next Thursday, at Hopkins.
Thanks so much for watching, and for Chrissy Nelson and all of our great crew here today at the Lifetime Fitness in Plymouth, I'm John Jacobson. Final varsity score again tonight, Wayzata over Armstrong, 101-77 the final.